Dread by Maggie Lawrence of Lane Cove, 2066. Narrated by Rowena Robinson. I told myself, there are others who have faced this and recovered quite well. You just have to try to stop worrying, Clara. Naturally, it was a terrible thing coming my way, and I lay on my double comfort foam mattress contemplating what was about to happen. I wasn't a vain person, but the fear of how it might affect my looks was creeping into every cell of my body like mold on my bathroom walls. Dark purple rings had grown under my eyes. The reality of what I was soon to experience was affecting my sleep. I told myself it may not be so bad. Overall, I was a very healthy person. But then I remembered my friend Sally. She went through this too and was so traumatized. Even years of therapy had done nothing to help her recover from the experience. I'd always taken good care of myself, eating well, only organic, giving up meat, exercising regularly, downing a mountain of vitamins, minerals, and herbal mixtures every morning with a shake made from healthy greens, hemp powder, and blueberries mixed into almond or oat milk. I'd cut out sugar and processed foods. I went to bed before 9 most nights, didn't smoke and rarely drank alcohol. My body is my temple had become my mantra. So surely I would breeze through this hiccup in my life, barely noticing any negative effects. I'd painted my bedroom wall aqua because it reminded me of a tropical bay. It was a calming color, and I was glad of the way it wrapped itself around my bed, soothing my frazzled nerves. The sun had risen early, and as it passed through the large quartz crystal hanging in my window, my bedroom was filled with oodles of tiny rainbows. They flickered across my pink silk doona cover like colourful dancing butterflies. My bedroom was a dolphin lover's paradise. Cetacean pictures dominated my aqua walls, swimming with their friends and dancing playfully in frothy waves. They gazed at me quizzically in 3D crystal form on top of my cherrywood tallboy. I even had a dolphin coaster for my water bottle by the bed. I wondered what the dolphins would feel if they were about to experience what was heading my way. They seemed so carefree. Maybe they wouldn't worry at all. Perhaps they would trust that the great dolphin spirit in the oceans would help them get through the experience without any side effects. I needed to stop worrying. What could I do about it anyway? I had to trust that I would be in good hands and my recovery would be quick and painless. Outside my window, the sky was getting ready for a cloudless day. I propped myself up in bed and reached for my unicorn notebook that was on my side table by the bed. I'd chosen the most expensive notebook I could find as I wanted it to feel magical and special. The cover was made of a pale green fabric, and it had an embossed gold tree diva floating protectively above another small fairy. I planned to fill the book with prayers and exercises to hopefully connect with my personal unicorn. Working with unicorns was not something I was prepared to tell my friends. When Jada had unexpectedly come over, she almost caught me writing in my unicorn journal. I was just able to return my apartment to the level of normality Jada expected of a sensible senior citizen. She had previously discovered me playing with Archangel cards and lectured me for hours about being off with the pixies. Jada is an atheist. I need proof before I begin believing in what you so gullibly take on board, she told me after I had dragged her into a New Age shop. I'd always loved horses, but I had secretly become interested in unicorns when I read that they were actually highly evolved horses that lived in the seventh dimension. I was fascinated to read that they are here to bring enlightenment to humanity and are soul healers who can release ancient traumas so that we can find inner contentment and happiness. I'd read that we all have a personal unicorn we can call on when we need help with something. I'd also read that unless we were free of negativity, they would not be able to approach us. Now, as I flipped through what I'd written in my unicorn notebook, I decided to try a simple exercise. Maybe this would help me to feel comfort and safety about what was heading my way. I climbed out of bed and padded over to the 3-drawer cabinet where I kept my candles, archangel cards, and other precious spiritual things. If I would have any luck at attracting a unicorn, I needed to create a sacred space. I took out a small white tea light and placed it on a tiny dish on top of the gold silk wrap I draped across the cabinet. I lit the candle and some rose incense. The soft candlelight flickered gently, and my bedroom was filled with a delectable rose fragrance. I opened my workbook and found a unicorn prayer. Trying to trust that something magical was about to happen was hard. I couldn't relax. Anxiety began crawling over me like a noxious weed. There's no way any self-respecting unicorn is going to want to hang out with this great ball of stress, I told myself, putting the workbook down. Maybe my friend Jada could help. I decided to call her. I picked up my mobile and dialed her number. "Hey Jada, it's me." "Clara, how are you going?" "Well, I'm still feeling anxious about you-know-what. And I was wondering—" "Oh, for goodness sake, Clara," Jada responded impatiently. "It's only a number. I went through this years ago with no real trauma. What's the big deal about turning 70? The end.